Saturday, 5th of September 2015. Paper headlines read by Fatima Sharika. First, let's look at the paper headlines from Daily Mirror. 43 ministers sworn in. 42 cabinet ministers of the newly set up National Unity Government were sworn in by President Maithripala Sirisena at a ceremony held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. Foreign Affairs Minister Mangala Samaraweera was sworn in just prior to the visit of Ms. Nisha Biswal to Sri Lanka. Another headline from Daily Mirror. State ministers, deputy ministers next week. State ministers and deputy ministers will be sworn in next week because their lists had not been finalized by yesterday, a Presidential Secretariat source said yesterday. More headlines from Daily Mirror. All MPs can be a part of governance. Ranil. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said yesterday the new political culture to be introduced by the UNP-led National Unity Government would provide opportunities to all MPs to participate in governance and nation building. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Check on nominees to government posts. President Sirisena highlighted the policy of appointing chairmen, CEOs and directors to state institutions and added a committee comprising himself and Prime Minister Wickremesinghe will study the CVs, professional qualifications and integrity of those proposed by cabinet ministers for top management in these institutions. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Set up CC on priority basis, JVP tells government. The Janata Vimukti Peramuna yesterday urged the government to get its priorities right and requested Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to convene Parliament before September 22nd to set up the Constitutional Council. Another headline from Daily Mirror. TNA to talk to government on national question. The main opposition Tamil National Alliance said yesterday it hoped to hold talks with the government on resolving the national question no sooner Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe returned from his upcoming visit to India, a party frontliner said yesterday. Another headline from Daily Mirror. UNP 69th Anniversary and Convention tomorrow. The United National Party's 69th Anniversary and Convention will be held tomorrow, September 6th at 9:30 am at party headquarters, Sirikota. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Sarana Gunawardena re-remanded. Former UPFM Minister Sarana Gunawardena, who was remanded on assault charges, was re-remanded till September 9th by Gampaha Chief Magistrate Tikri K. Jayatilaka. His bail application was refused on the basis that it didn't indicate any special reasons that warranted his release on bail. Mr. Gunawardena is alleged to have assaulted a supporter of an opposing political party near the Gampaha Courts complex during the election campaign. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Some UPFA MPs opt to be in the position. In the wake of the two main parties agreeing to form the National Unity Government, some United People's Freedom Alliance MPs are hoping to inform Speaker Karu Jayasuriya that they would function as part of the opposition, a party leader said yesterday. Now let's move on to the paper headlines from Ceylon today. National Government Cabinet. 32 from UNP, 11 from SLFP. The cabinet of the new national government was sworn in yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was the first to take oaths as the Minister of National Policy and Economic Affairs before President Maithripala Sirisena. 42 cabinet ministers including Vijayadasa Rajapaksa and D.M. Swaminathan, who have already been appointed as Minister of Justice and Minister of Resettlement, have been sworn in. Mangala Samaraweera took oaths as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Rajapaksa as Minister of Justice and Swaminathan as Minister of Rehabilitation on 24th August before the President. Rajapaksa and Swaminathan received additional ministerial portfolios yesterday. This brings the current number of cabinet ministers in the national government to 43. It's learned that 5 more cabinet ministers will be sworn in later in the day along with deputy ministers. Another headline from Ceylon today. Vote on increase in ministries. No action against SLFP absentees. Although approximately 47 parliamentarians of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party were not present in parliament to vote for the proposal submitted to increase the number of ministers in the national government, Dumida Disanayaka, General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, said there was no need for any disciplinary inquiries into the matter. Another headline from Ceylon today. Maitri urges cabinet at swearing in. Work together as one government. President Maithripala Sirisena urged the 42 cabinet ministers sworn in officially at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday to eschew considerations of party affiliations and work together as ministers of one government to ensure that they can deliver the aspirations of the people. More headlines from Ceylon today. Over 1 lakh letters in toilet pit. Police on Thursday discovered over 1 lakh letters and sundry propaganda material of several politicians who stood for election to parliament at the recent general election, discarded in an abandoned toilet pit in the Moratuva post office premises. Postmaster General Rohan Aberatna and several senior officials of the Postal Department visited the scene with the police in a sequel to information from the public and recovered the propaganda material from the toilet pit, the police media unit said. Meanwhile, Moratuva Chief UNP organizer Deepal Rodrigo has lodged a complaint with the Moratuva police in this connection. Another headline from Ceylon today. Bimal given Mayadunna's seat. The Janata Vimukti Peramuna nominated Bimal Ratnayaka as its national list MP to the seat vacated by former Auditor General Sarath Chandra Mayadunna, JVP Secretary Telvin Silva said yesterday. Ratnayaka stood for election in the Gampaha district but failed to muster enough votes to be elected to Parliament. Former Auditor General Sarath Chandra Mayadunna quit Parliament after making a special statement in the House on Thursday. Another headline from Ceylon today. Tough actions against truant MPs. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has requested Speaker Karu Jayasuriya to take stern action against all people's representatives who absent themselves from parliamentary sessions. The Premier has also asked all ministers to give the Speaker and Chief Government Whip written advance notice of intended absence from parliamentary sessions. In addition, MPs and ministers drawn from other parties have also been told it would be best if they inform the Speaker of any intended absence from Parliament. Another headline from Ceylon today. Kalani River contamination. Steps to take culprit to court. The investigation into the Kalani River contamination by a beverage manufacturing company that had released waste oil and other effluent substances began yesterday, the Central Environmental Authorities said, and an economy news follows. CB gives up protecting rupee. Weakens sharply by 2 to 2.4%. The exchange rate market was plunged into chaos yesterday with the rupee falling steeply in a single day, a phenomenon last experienced over 3.5 years ago after the central bank yesterday gave up protecting the local currency, which it had been doing for the past 1 year. And that concludes the news highlights from Ceylon today. And now let's move on to the paper headlines from Daily News. New cabinet sworn in. National government introduces new political culture. PM. The historic national government formulated with the joining of the country's two main political parties is capable of finding solutions to the issues faced by Sri Lanka at national and international level, said Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe said that it's a historic day in Sri Lankan politics as a new political culture has been introduced to the country with the joining of the two main parties to serve the nation. Another headline from Daily News. President to participate in UNP's anniversary celebrations. President Maithripala Sirisena will participate in the 69th anniversary celebrations of the United National Party tomorrow. It's the first time that a president of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will participate at an event of the UNP. The anniversary celebrations will be held at the UNP headquarters Sirikotha under the patronage of UNP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe. More headlines from Daily News. JVP welcomes Sambandhan's election as opposition leader. The Janata Vimukti Peramuna yesterday said Tamil National Alliance leader R. Sambandhan fully deserved to hold the post of opposition leader in Parliament. JVP leader Anurakumara Dissanayake told the media that Sambandhan should hold the post as the TNA is the party with the largest number of seats in the opposition. Next headline from Daily News. Common Committee to decide on public sector appointees. President. A common committee will be set up to ensure that suitable persons are appointed to the highest posts at public institutions, said President Maithripala Sirisena. He made the announcement during his speech at the swearing-in ceremony of the new cabinet of ministers at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo yesterday. The President said appointments to top posts in government institutions such as state corporations, statutory boards and other public institutions should be made on the recommendations of this common committee. He said that the common committee will comprise of himself and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to assess the suitability of the individuals appointed to the highest posts, including the chairman, the director board, etc. of such public institutions. We brought you the paper headlines from today's newspapers. Thank you for listening to the paper headlines on AthavanEnglish.com. Have a pleasant day.